Start. Mr. Chairman, sir, I am glad that the institution of governor has come up for discussion, at least under the pretext of relating their emoluments stock. I am not against the objective of giving more salary to the governors, but I am on a different issue which has already been raised by my colleague on this side of the house, Stopera. As regard the institution of governors, it is a costly anachronism. Stop. I repudiate the argument of my friend that this institution is a federal device and it is necessary to maintain this institution to maintain federalism in this country. Stop. May I ask him whether federalism will go down, will not be maintained if you abolish the institution of governors? Stop. Is it his contention that this institution is so important, unavoidable, and vital to maintain the federal character of the polity, to maintain, in other words, the equilibrium, the balance, the poise between the center and the states? Stop. In my humble view, it is not necessary. We have misused and abused the institution of governors so much and so long that we have been forced to think that without governors, federal polity cannot be maintained in the states. Stop. Suppose there is a breakdown of the constitutional machinery and law and order, and the crisis will arise when there is a serious breakdown of law and order. The government cannot control the law and order situation. Stop. I would submit that it is the question of judgment whether the law and order has failed or not. Stop. We have seen in the past that in spite of governor's rule, the president's rule in the state, law and order has not improved at all but has deteriorated. Stop. What is the remedy? Stop. Then the course is very simple. Stop. The assembly should be dissolved. Stop. In case in the election the ruling party is defeated, the governor has called the next party, which can be done by the president. Stop. Therefore, it is not necessary to have the institution of governor in a federal polity like ours, where powers of the state are less and powers of the center are more. Stopera. Regarding the appointment of governors, the less said, the better. Stop. There have been no conventions or norms set by the center in appointing governors. Stop. All sorts of people are being appointed. Stop. In the olden days, at least, there was the satisfaction that the well-known freedom fighters, the well-known nationalists would go as governors. Stop. But now, people who were judges, people who are bureaucrats and ex-army generals are appointed to suit the convenience of the ruling party at the center. Stop. Therefore, my charge is there has been progressive erosion of the conventions and norms. Stop. Many a time governors have acted most ingloriously in a manner which is not befitting them to suit the convenience of the center and the party which is the ruling party at the center. Stop. In a parliamentary system, the forum which decides the fate of the chief minister is the legislative forum. Stopera. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, I am extremely grateful to the honorable members who have participated in the discussion on this bill for enhancing the emoluments of the governor's staff. I am grateful that members, while participating in the discussion, did not object to the increase in the emoluments but rather discussed the institution of governor's staff. Sir, the ambit of the bill is very limited. Stopera. Sir, the expenses that will be incurred by the enhancement of the salary will be rupees 11 lakhs per annum, and they will be met from the charge on the consolidated funds of the respective states, as has been pointed by many honorable members. Stop here. When things have been mentioned about the institution of governor, arguments in favor and against have been given by both sides. Stop. Sir, there are systems of governments in the world. Stop. There are systems which have accepted parliamentary democracy as a way of life and to establish an egalitarian society with socialist objectives. Stop. We have accepted parliamentary democracy, and at the same time we have accepted our objectives as one to establish an egalitarian society having a socialist order of society. Stop. Therefore, this is a path which has not been traveled by many countries of the world. Stop. This is a completely less traveled path, and therefore to pass through transitions from one stage of society to another, from a feudal state of society to an industrial society, and then onwards to a society of socialist order. Though a democratic process is a very difficult process. Stop. We should all be happy and grateful that through their own genius and wisdom, the people of India have passed through all these difficulties during the last 40 years and are slowly emerging as a very successful nation to build up a socialist state through a parliamentary system. Stop. By and large, I must say that there were great illustrious men and women who adorned these positions during the last 40 years. Stop. By and large, I must say that they have maintained the dignity of this high office which they have been assigned to hold under the Constitution. Stop. But the aberrations, we cannot take a general rule. Stop. Therefore, we cannot condemn this institution because this is an institution which many eminent persons have held. Stop. If we remember them, we are proud of them. Stop. Era. Sir, our tradition is a tradition which we have inherited from thousands of years of history. Stop. The tradition that we are holding today is that we are not very much parochial in our outlook or very sectarian in our approach. Stop. Whenever any sectarian approach comes to the forefront, immediately people also think about it. Stop. They do not recognize it. Stop. They feel that something has happened. Stop. Therefore, it is corrected. Stop. Therefore, all the issues that have been discussed here regarding the institution of the governor are there. Stop. Therefore, in our wisdom, we have appointed the Sarkaria Commission. Stop. I hope almost all the state governments have submitted their memorandum stating their points of view stop. Some difficulties are there. Stop.